Hello and welcome back to Sportsbet TV. Today we're having a very quick look at the odds for Event 1 of the PDC Summer Series, which is coming up on this Wednesday. The return of live darts, of premium action darts of course, to your screens. Of course it will be streamed on PDC TV. 5 days of Pro Tour events, all leading up of course to the World Match Play in a couple of weeks time, and of course the players that come through those Summer Series events and end up in the top 16 of the one-year rolling Pro Tour order of merit will clinch their places at the Marshall Arena for the second biggest tournament on the PDC calendar. As I'm sure you're aware by now, I've said this many times before, Michael van Gerwen, the favourite going into the tournament as expected really, but because of the action we haven't seen for the last 3 or 4 months, his odds are extended significantly. You'd usually expect to see him around evens for this sort of event, maybe just above, but he's around 3-1 with most bookies, which seems like a good bet. I know he hasn't competed in like sort of the home series, he hasn't been playing much competitive darts, been practicing with his good friend Vincent van der Voort of course. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on and what his form like on his return to competitive action. Gogh in price, Peter Wright, they're both next up at around 8-1 to claim the tournament. We know Peter Wright's been getting plenty of practice in. Gogh in price, in an interview with PDC, saying he wasn't a particularly big fan of the darts at home and the online tournament, so maybe not so much for Gogh in. And then as you look further down the betting order, you've got the likes of course Nathan Aspinall, Gary Anderson, but an interesting one for me is Glen Durrant. Most bookies offering around 20-1, but you can find odds of 25-1 on Glen Durrant to win the first event of the PDC Summer Series. Now we know obviously there's going to be restrictions in place in terms of the rhythm of the throwing. There's going to be exclusion zones. It's not 100% clear yet, but I'm sure it will be come day one of the tournament. Because of Glen's sort of meticulous throwing action, quite an engineered throw, that may make it easier for him to adapt to that sort of scenario. Some of the quicker players, the likes of your Michael Smiths, your Ricky Evans, they might struggle with the rhythm a little bit more. But Glen Durrant, for me, is a player that will fit into this sort of environment. At 25-1 to win the tournament is a very good steal. You look a little bit further down the betting order, some of the real outsiders. Dolan can be found for 151. He's been a real form player on the Pro Tour over the last 6 months, well, 12 months or so. Jose de Souza's at 66-1 in some betting orders, so he's a player that's shown terrific potential. Maybe we've seen some huge highs and some pretty poor lows from Jose de Souza, but he has won a Pro Tour before, so we know what he's about. Plenty more names you can look at, the likes of Gabriel Clemens at 66, James Wade at 66-1. You don't know what he's going to turn up like, and there's so many players, I mean, at big odds, because we haven't seen them for 3 or 4 months. We don't know what form they're going to return in, so there's some big odds out there. I urge you to go and have a look, but for me, the one to have a look at is Glen Durrant at 25-1. We'll have updated odds on the further 4 tournaments at the PDC Summer Series coming in the next few days over at the Marshall Arena, but make sure you stay tuned on Sportsbet TV for all of that updated darts betting content.